The next female character to be a victim on this hit list is Sonya Blade from Mortal Kombat 11. Now this is a 3-part topic similar to the issues with Lola and the Looney Tunes show, which I'll be breaking down the facts why Sonya was not the only female character in the game to be intentionally retconned by the developers, focusing on identity politics rather than mere entertainment and fun, including how our recent VO, well-known MMA fighter and actress Ronda Rousey, was harassed during the production of the game. For those who don't know and understand the term retcon, here's the definition for those of you who are clueless or uncultured idiots. So first off, Rousey was actually forced from her role by having her character get intentionally killed off near the end of the first act of the game due to her being critical about transgenders in sports, which she got much flack from both the developers and LSM for. So in other words, they both intentionally character assassinated herself and her fictional character in one fell swoop because she spoke openly about the subject matter. Talk about these people being vindictive bastards and ruining someone's life because their opinion differs from theirs. It's practically like a major sin to them, which is punishable by cancellation. Straight up communist, if you ask me. Sadly, Ed Boon was one of those individuals responsible for these despicable actions against Rousey, which shouldn't come to a shock to anyone considering he folded after Mortal Kombat X. Once a prominent person in fighting against censorship is now a shell of his former self, focusing on political correctness instead of mere entertainment, appeasing the SJW gods, as seen with Injustice 2.
It's interesting, like in superheroes, and a lot of Hollywood is coming out that the representation is very over-sexualized. What do you think about the portrayal in media?
Of superheroes? Superhero women?
Yeah.
I mean, the guys have like 16 packs. I mean, it's very much like an over-idealized idea of what, a human being should be. And so, I think that the male superheroes are overly masculinized and, the women are overly feminized. And, I think that's just part of like the whole superhero universe, really.
What? Along with Sonya, the next is the redesign of other female characters, which brings me to part 2 of this topic of the redesigning of Princess Kitana, Jade, Melina, Shiva, and Sidel to play into the SJW feminazis' hands of continuing the war on culture and gender, otherwise known as Gamergate. In a 2008 article by Polygon, Ed Boon explained briefly how his new lead character designer, Brendan George, is, quote, a breath of fresh air, end quote, to the franchise, saying, quote, our character lead, Brendan George, has been a breath of fresh air, just introducing new ideas. Our design is just getting more mature and respectful. You're not going to wear a bikini to a fight. You're not going to show much skin. I think it's just what the game is about. You're going in to fight for your life, and you're not going to be wearing such scantily clad items. I'm sure this will disappoint some fans. We don't have bathing suit fighters, and I think that's fine. If people are disappointed, I don't regret making that change by any means. End quote. Which, in other words, Boom just did the boom on his own franchise by going back on everything he once stood for in the early 90s into a shell of its former self. Talk about throwing suspension of disbelief out the window in favor of these feminazis taking control of the series, just like Star Wars and Marvel. Well, at least we still have bathing suit fighters in Street Fighter V, if not barely have them in this insane, sexist day and age. All the females in MK11 besides Sonya and Kitana are all paled in comparison to their looks in the 2011 Mortal Kombat game, which felt like more of the older games. Yet, I fear for the future of the series, which I'll talk to more alongside my review of the new Mortal Kombat movie, which I will leave you all with this quote from a wise man.
It stinks.
Getting back on topic, the writers intentionally changed characters like Sidel to be retconned into her being a villain involving the game's DLC storyline, which she never was, but was more of an anti-hero, not a villain. In Mortal Kombat 9, aka Mortal Kombat 2011, Quan Chi brought Sindel back from the dead in order to attack Earthrealm without her invisible protection to prevent Shao Kahn from invading it. Of course, Sindel was brainwashed by Quan Chi's spell, which had her attack and kill most of the combatants, including Kitana, Jade, Stryker, and Nightwolf near the finale of the game. But again, Sidel was controlled by Quan Chi, but was never as evil as was told in MK11 Aftermath. Yet, I'm not the only one who feels betrayed in this matter. According to The Gamer, they also say, quote, the shift from good to evil is further problematic because the dialogue in the game contradicts itself. According to the various interactions, Kitana claims that Shao Kahn killed King Jarrett, Khan admitted to the murder, as did Devora, who claims she did it for Khan, and now Sidel claims to have done it because Jarrett was weak. Ultimately, Mortal Kombat 11 can get away with virtually anything because it is a story about time travel and worlds with infinite variations of the realities we know. However, the Sidel change feels brash, unexpected, and more importantly, undeserved. The change fundamentally breaks with decades of canon, and had it been a major vocal point in the main story, would have been acceptable, end quote. I swear, Mortal Kombat 11 story sounds like something out of like a stupid fanfiction rather than a genuine Mortal Kombat story, which the same article says, quote, instead, Sindel's story ending feels like someone in NetherRealm Studios lost a bet and was forced to allow a sloppy, hastily written fanfiction of an evil character to take center stage in official canon. Sindel deserved better, so let's hope we don't see any other classic characters mistreated in this way, end quote. Which, in response to this quote, I would have to say I have very low expectations considering where Ed Boon himself wants to take the series, and it's definitely nothing good by any means considering what happened in MK11.
Sergeant Cage, step forward. Your leadership and warfighting ability have earned you promotion to commander. But there are no family favors here. By Special Forces tradition, you still have to pass one last test.
I need to kick the CO's ass, ma'am. Your ass, ma'am.
All right then, Sergeant. Let's see if you can take me.
In the game, the past version of Sonya would take the place of present-day Sonya briefly in the game's story without much dialogue, including the infamous DLC Aftermath. This was done, I believe, intentionally to focus on her lesbian or not daughter, Cassie Cage, who was first introduced in the previous installment as the daughter of Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade at the end of the game's prologue, where Johnny and Sonya ended up being together as a couple officially off-screen, and gave birth to Cassie, or by her full name, Cassandra Cage.
Oh no. Elastigirl? You married Elastigirl? And got busy!
Yet she and Jax's daughter, Jacqueline, along with other young characters, were used to usher in the next era of Mortal Kombat fighters, similar to what Boruto did after Shippuden. Only in this case, these young fighters are here to push aside their elders to endorse more woke crap into our culture and medium.
How about you, Cassie? Can you summon anything like that? Or did it skip a generation?
Take it easy, Jin.
We didn't need a Halo in Darfur, or Iran, or Kurdistan, did we, Jackie?
Nope, we didn't. Shaolin monks ever send you there, Jen?
I've seen plenty of action. Takeda and I both. Stuff that blow your special forces mind.
At ease. You're all here because you deserve to be. You're beautiful and unique snowflakes.
Not to mention other controversies beside the ones I mentioned and the usual microtransactions bullshit, but trying to make Jax himself into an SJW and pulling what I call a really racist moment at the end of his story, with Jax freeing black slaves from the historic Atlantic slave trade at the cost of others' lives, saying shit like, quote,
and I'm not waiting centuries for people to get woke when I've got the power to speed things up.
Which some at the PC Gamer say it's no big deal for anyone to get upset about, saying, quote, the point is there's really nothing controversial about the idea in Jax's ending because slavery is an indefensible practice and only a few loud racists were ever actually mad about it. Far more people are critical of MK11's microtransactions and always online requirement for some modes. There hasn't been much backlash about Jax's ending. It's not even the only Mortal Kombat 11 ending to reference slavery. Baraka's ending sees him freeing Turkotans from slavery to conquer Adina, Outworld, and Earthrealm. End quote. Clearly, the author is an SJW himself saying that he justifies Jax's actions of genocide in order to save lives, which clearly goes against who he is, only to use him as a means to an end in the name of identity politics.
That's 2 words!
Hey, I'm talking here!
And the guy is comparing Jax to Baraka is like comparing a hammer with a knife.
So what else is new?
Regardless of fan service, they do not change my opinion and how critical I am about the game overall. Even despite the DLC fires like Spawn, Terminator, and RoboCop, it won't get me to change my mind to play or pay for the game nor DLC, considering MK11 felt like a glorified fan game with a big budget value that's not returnable nor refundable. Need I say more?
I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready for me money. Welcome to
NetherRealm Studios.
May I take your money?
We want a refund.
Ed Boon.
What's wrong with you?
We want our money back. All 46,853 of us.
Hey, where'd he go?
Hey guys, it's RetroMeister again. Thank you for watching this video. If y'all enjoyed it, definitely share, like, and subscribe to my channel for more content coming up soon, and support in the battle for alternative media. You guys stay awesome, and I'll see you all in the next video.